From bankruptcy to blackmail, the truth behind Trump. Brothers and sisters, do not be fooled by the gold-plated illusions or the loud roars of a man who pretends to be untouchable. Behind the mask of Donald Trump lies a story of weakness, debt, and chains forged not by the people, but by the powerful. He entered the stage not as a savior, but as a man drowning in bankruptcy. His name was collapsing, his businesses hollow shells, his empire a mirage built on borrowed money. He was not merely millions in debt, he was bankrupt to the tune of $1 billion. Court filings, bankruptcy records, and financial disclosures prove it. 6 corporate bankruptcies, casinos in Atlantic City shuttered, loans defaulted. He was desperate, and desperation makes men useful. Millions were poured into his campaigns, not by ordinary workers or struggling families, but by those who saw in his weakness the opportunity to own him. He was their perfect candidate, a man already owned before he even raised his hand to swear an oath. And where there is debt, there is blackmail. Where there is weakness, there is control. Mossad holds Trump by the throat. They have threatened him with 2 choices: obey or be destroyed. All the footage of Epstein's world was filmed, archived, and stored. Every politician, every businessman, every compromise caught in the trap. Trump was no exception. Epstein, with his private jets, his island, his cameras hidden in every room, was not only trafficking victims, he was building leverage. Mossad made it clear, either Trump obeys or they will release the evidence of his involvement. And if he resists, they could kill him. That is why he stands with Israel in arrogant defiance of truth and justice. He is not leading, he is surviving. Trump's debts enslaved him. He was bailed out not once, but repeatedly by powerful banking families and foreign lenders. Deutsche Bank, infamous for laundering money and tied to Russian oligarchs, kept loaning him hundreds of millions when no American bank would touch him. The Rothschild family stepped in, ensuring his real estate empire would not collapse completely. This was not charity, it was purchase. He was given unlimited financial plans, streams of wealth, and access to the lifelines of power. But all of it came at a price: servitude. Israel's network of 72 banks ensured his collapse would be delayed. His strings pulled ever tighter. Miriam Adelson, widow of casino magnate Sheldon Adelson, poured $100 million into his campaign, and in return, Trump delivered. He moved the U.S. embassy to Jerusalem, a move every previous president refused to make. He declared the Golan Heights of Syria as Israeli land, handing stolen territory as though it were his to give. And now, carved into that occupied land, there is even a place named Trump Heights, a monument, not to leadership, but to obedience. How else do you explain it? No man gives so much unless told. No president bends so willingly unless he is already broken. Trump was not a lion, he was a debtor. He was not chosen by the people, he was purchased by the powerful. He was not a leader, he was a puppet, controlled by the debts he owed, the blackmail that silenced him, and the threats that still hang over him. Now we hear that Trump moved to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's partner in crime, and even others like Didi. Ask yourselves, why? Who benefits from silencing the truth, from protecting the architects of blackmail? Only those who are bound by the same secrets. Only those whose survival depends on obedience. And so history must not be gentle. History must thunder this truth. Donald Trump was not free. He was a debtor. He was a product. He was a puppet dangling between financiers, blackmailers, and the powers that operate in the shadows while humanity is told to look the other way. But understand this, it does not end with Trump. He is only a symptom of a diseased system. A system where leaders are purchased by bankers, controlled by intelligence agencies, and shielded by institutions that pretend to defend humanity. Mossad's history of blackmail is well documented, from the honey traps of 1950s to surveillance of world leaders. Intelligence agencies across the globe trade in secrets and compromise, not in justice. And look around. Bill Clinton flew on Epstein's jet more than 24 times and sat in the same island villas. Tony Blair, the so-called peace envoy, was shielded by the same networks that profited from Iraq and turned a blind eye to Israel's crimes. Emmanuel Macron in France rose on the shoulders of Rothschild banking, groomed for office not by the people but by financiers. Netanyahu himself is under endless corruption trials, yet walks free with the protection of global powers. This is not coincidence, it is the architecture of control. Different nations, same puppeteers. Different faces, same leash. Where are the so-called guardians of justice? The United Nations, who issue resolutions only to shred them when Israel demands it. The ICC, quick to chase the weak but blind to the crimes of the powerful. UNICEF, WHO, the IMF, the World Bank, all dressed in the garments of morality, while behind closed doors they serve the same elite hands that bought and sold your leaders. These organizations are funded by the same billionaires who finance campaigns, bail out bankrupt leaders, and profit from wars. This is the betrayal of our age. The people cry for justice, but the powerful trade in silence. The oppressed bleed in Palestine, in Sudan, in Yemen, in every forgotten corner of the earth, while men like Trump are paraded before us as champions of freedom. Hypocrisy reigns while humanity suffers. The earth itself should shake when this truth is spoken. Trump was not chosen, he was owned, not by the people, but by the powerful, not by faith, but by fear. And if we do not awaken, if we do not rise, we will remain chained not only to Trump, but to every false king the system raises, every puppet of debt and blackmail, every mask hiding corruption. And so let this speech echo across every land. We see you, we see the lies, the debts, the blackmail, the corruption, and we will not remain silent. We will rise, not in violence, but in unshakable unity. We will expose every secret they hide, every dollar that bought them, every blackmail file that silences them. We will stand with the oppressed across the earth and shout with one voice: no more stolen futures, no more purchased leaders, no more puppets of corruption. The United Nations will not save us. The IMF will not save us. The World Bank will not save us. They are part of the machine. Only the people, united and awake, can tear away the mask. Let the earth shake not only with words, but with action. Let this generation be the one that breaks the cycle of corruption. Let us rise from the ashes of betrayal and reclaim humanity's dignity. Let us declare, we will not bow to Israel, to Mossad, to Rothschild, to Epstein's ghost, or to any empire of blackmail and debt. We belong only to truth, to justice, and to each other. The time is now. The silence is over. The chains are broken, and the world will never again be the same.